I should probably hide myself for a second. Let me hide myself. We're not starting yet. Hello. I'm gonna wait for about, how long is this song? This song is 2 minutes and 56 seconds. So I'm gonna let this song play, and then if don't nobody come within that song time, then we'll start talking. What you want me to talk about today? Give me something to talk about. I don't really have anything planned. And if I don't have anything planned, I'll probably just talk about how much it sucks that today is Wednesday. We can always talk about that. Well, I am busy all day today. 8, 9, 10, 11. I got a 1 o'clock and a 3 o'clock. Woo. I wonder if my 3 o'clock will let me move that to 2 o'clock. That would be awesome. Have to find out. Yeah, make sure you join my Discord too. We talk about a lot of stuff. Sometimes I pop through. Okay, that's the third song. That's enough people. That's enough. Let's turn this music down and see what everybody is talking about. Which one I need? I need chatting. That's the one we're doing this morning. Good morning. Let's see. Oh boy. Looks like we got people talk about vaccines in the chat. This is oh shit. Is anyone going to get vaccinated? And someone says vaccinated? Absolutely not. Oh boy. Is this what the talk gonna have to be on today? Oh man, I don't want that to have to be what the talk is gonna be. What's good morning, Claudia? How are you? Good morning to see you. It seems like we got some very lively conversation in the chat this morning. Getting properly diagnosed. Y'all don't know how I feel about diagnosis. Um, yeah, we'll have to be careful with the things we discuss today. Okay, that's one topic. That's gonna take a whole video. Good morning, Catherine. That's gonna take a whole video though. Um, yeah, that's gonna take a whole video. Because it's just I mean I don't mind losing people's losing followers or anything like that. That does not bother me. I sustained myself before I started Twitch and YouTube, and I will sustain myself afterwards. So Claudia, can we talk about how you handle a situation where your husband is on one page and you're on another? We can, but you might not like where that conversation ends up. um, I mean, because it's not really about not being, but we'll start there. That one seems that seems a little bit lower barrier into entry. I do want to talk about vaccines, though. I absolutely think that that's something important to discuss, because it just amazes me how people will reject, like, they will reject years of medical like science and stuff. Um, Yeah, I mean, formal proper diagnosis, the entire diagnostic, good morning, Lena. The entire diagnostic system is broken. Nothing about it works. Like, I don't understand why people think about diagnosis as if someone's answering your question. They're not. Your diagnosis means absolutely nothing. They are scientifically meaningless. Hang on, let me go pull this article up because I think that's what I want to talk about. These people have done such a great job of conditioning most of the world to think that when I tell you that you have generalized anxiety disorder, I'm telling you something. I'm not saying anything. I may as well be saying you have anxiety because you have anxiety. Like, the diagnosis is not the cause. It doesn't explain anything. It just makes other people believe you. It gives you access to resources because apparently you have to be fucking crazy in order to be able to get help with things. So God, I got to make a whole video on this. The diagnosis means absolutely nothing. It's like so it's like it's okay. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm not mad at you. I got to make sure y'all have to understand this energy I have is never at any individual one person ever. It is never at any individual one person. And so people are just going to have to follow me and get to know me so that you can see who I am. Great. Much better question, Claudia. Much better. Yes, yes. Because what you've done is now you've put you and your partner on the same page. Now you're saying, how do we communicate through conflict as opposed to he's on this page, I'm on that page. Well, then get a different book. Right? So when you frame the question this way, you've already started putting you on the same page. But back to Dabulous, I don't need you to be sorry. It's not it yeah, it's not this is just it's and I'm mad. I'm absolutely mad. I'm angry with the psychiatrist. I'm so mad. I'm so angry with this capitalistic system that we live in. However, I will back up and try to be careful about my energy. I am sorry if you felt like that was at you. I know how it feels when someone is angry and you feel like they are angry at you directly and only. That's not what it is. I'm not angry with nobody that asks questions. If I ever seem angry when someone asks a question, it's because I know that someone behind you has just lied to you. But let's talk about diagnosis really quick and how they don't mean anything. So to understand that, you first have, let me make a clean break so I can edit this later so I can make the video now, okay? So to understand why diagnosis is scientifically meaningless, you have to understand how diagnoses come into existence. For every single diagnosis that is inside of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, which is the book that psychiatrists use in order to diagnose people, every single one of those diagnoses were voted into existence by a panel of psychiatrists. Now, I am not saying that science is not real. I am saying that the psychiatric diagnoses we use are not based on science. Yes, you can go research generalized anxiety disorder, but you came up with the disorder first and then decided to go research it. Because what's happening is let's take generalized anxiety disorder, for example, and let's look at the diagnostic criteria. Let me go get it really quick. The diagnostic criteria for generalized anxiety disorder. Diagnostic criteria for generalized anxiety. So I should do the one for borderline personality disorder, but that's going to make me mad. Okay, so excessive anxiety and worry occurring most days, not for at least 6 months, about a number of events or activities, and the individual finds it difficult to control the worry. I think I'm describing every single person on the face of the earth right now in terms of stuff that's going on with coronavirus. The anxiety or worry must cause clinically significant distress. I have no idea what the hell clinically significant means. It can mean anything. It could mean anything. And the disturbance is not better explained by another medical disorder. So at the end of the day, there are no objective tests that you are taking for these diagnoses. There are no objective tests for any of these things. It is just someone who's sitting inside of an office looking at you like you are an animal in a cage and defining everything as you do as somehow pathological. Y'all, we live in a world where 50% of us think that the virus is not real. We live in a world where 50% of us believe that Bill Gates is trying to do population control. I mean, and I'm not saying, but the thing that frustrates me about those things is that there are actual conspiracies that those people will then avoid. There are actual conspiracies that people won't look into. So 50% of the world believes this stuff. Y'all, existence is traumatizing. Existence causes me anxiety. Now, when it talks about like when I'm talking about diagnosis and being autistic and those sorts of things and getting people access to resources, I just don't think we should live in a society where I have to label you as other in order for you to get help. I think someone should just be able to say, hey, these requirements that you're asking of me to sit in my classroom for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and color within the lines without moving, without talking, without making a lot of noise, all these requirements that you're asking of me, this test that you want me to take that's timed, is timed for no reason other than you just want to time me for, because in real life, there aren't time things unless you realize we live in a capitalistic society. It's all connected, y'all. And when someone tries to explain it, they tell them that they have schizophrenia, especially if you are a black man. Because right now, what am I doing? I'm speaking off the top of I'm speaking is it extemporaneously or contemporaneously? It's not that word. I always get that word messed up. What does it mean when you speak off the cuff? The big word for when you speak off of the cuff. What is that word? I think it's extemporaneous speech, but I could be wrong. Extemporaneous speech. Yeah, extemporaneous speech. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But if the white psychiatrist comes along and sees me and sees me acting in this way, they can absolutely say that I'm being schizophrenic. Only a schizophrenic person would say that the diagnostic criteria are racist, right? So it's really important that we be careful with that. Now, because you have to get a diagnosis to get access to resources, because there are kids in my practice right now who cannot get extra time on a test because they don't have a label. So I know that these labels are powerful. I know that they are important. And I know that it does help some people. I'm just saying, rich folks don't have to get these labels. The only time a rich person talks about their diagnosis especially celebrities, the only time a celebrity talks about their diagnosis is when they get in any trouble. And that's why everybody thinks that people with BPD are violent. That's not true. But anyway, what are y'all talking about in the thing? Let's see what's going on. How do you communicate your needs as a homeless person with undiagnosed ASD with pretty much nothing but a car? That is a really tough question to ask me in this context. It really is, because I know you might mean it genuinely, but from my perspective, I feel like no matter how I answer that question, I'm going to come off as an asshole, because obviously I live in a very nice place. and I mean I didn't before. I have been homeless at one point, and all I had was my car, but I still had access to an Airbnb because it was after a divorce. But anyway, I feel like answering that question, because of the context that I'm in, because of the money that because of who I am, I feel like answering that question makes me like there's going to be something that I'm going to miss. No matter how empathic I try to answer that question, there's going to be something that I'm going to miss. That's going to be something going to. So I don't know how to answer that question without coming off as an asshole. I really don't. Because your situation, like, you shouldn't be in that situation, you know. But then I feel like a part of me, and I know this is like, I don't mind putting myself on blast to help other people. So there's a part of me that hears you say I'm homeless, but then you're also like watching my live stream and have a car. I feel like there are other people where homeless means I literally do not have a home. I literally have no place to live. Like, I walked through an alley the other day and I saw someone who was homeless, right? And so like and so it's just, yeah, it's just very tough. It's very tough. I'm putting myself on blast. I am letting you know the implicit biases that are coming up in me. That's what I hate so much about pastors. That's what I hate so much about therapists, is they act like they don't have these same negative thoughts and think this same stuff whenever other people say things. So yeah. It's gonna be hard to let me see if there's more things that you said so I can see maybe there's something I can speak to. I don't want to just say I can't. You did tell. How do you communicate your needs as a homeless? I mean, and that's the thing. You shouldn't be homeless in the world with all this wealth and stuff that we have. Like, there's no reason. Like, and so sometimes I feel like we ask questions that we wouldn't ask if the world we live in wasn't the way that it is. And so I think it depends on what you need by needs. I think it depends on what you need. Yeah, what you need. I've already know I have autism for years, and so have many other doctors and school administrators. And friend of mine that have autism. Okay, so see, when I heard you say homeless, I heard, okay, I see now. Okay, yeah, that COVID is a trip. I've already know I had autism for years, and so have many other doctors and school administrators. A friend of mine that have autism, but my mother constantly would just drive me to the doctor and tell them to tell me to stop faking. I just need help so can finally have control over my life. Yeah. I think just leaving these comments up, because I'm gonna go speak at a conference, and I think people need to know these stories. I think that's the most that I can do, because if I go out trying to diagnose everybody, they absolutely gonna tell me that I'm crazy. Let's see. Yeah. Whew, boy. Somebody else give me another topic. That one was interesting. I'm gonna check up on the life coaches really quick. I made a video about them. I was thinking about how to combat life coaches, but now what I think I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm just gonna become a pastor, and then that way I can do counseling with anybody, because it's not therapy. It's me doing pastoral counseling for my church. I think I'd call it the Church of Futuristic Love, and I would just preach on therapy. That'd be sick. Then I can stop getting paid by this abusive system, man. I'm sick of being a part of it. I'm sick of being a part of it. I want to retire as a therapist. I honestly do. I want to retire as a therapist, become a pastor, play video games all the time, and just talk to folks and have them donate money to me. Like, I'm so sick of this abusive system we live in, man. I'm so tired of it. So tired of it. I've been wanting to post about it on my TikTok, but the few that I did apparently triggered my neighbor. And when he saw, what is it? Let him be triggered. Unless he did something to disenfranchise you in a certain way. So y'all, I made this video about life coaches and apologizing for all the stuff that I said. And and so I'm gonna read some of the answers I got from them. I've always wondered how to navigate this. Oh, I do want to change. I do want to change it all. Um, so these life coaches be out here tripping, bro. Yeah, no, you're gonna have to just make your story. You know what? I'm gonna do life coaches later. You're just gonna have to make your story. You're gonna have to somebody. Oh, hang on a second. Let me get some chapstick. I got some. So this is what I'm doing, Dabulous. I'm gonna be speaking at a conference, or a meeting. I don't know what it's like. I know there's a couple of conferences, a conference I am supposed to speak at. I don't want to call this a conference. It is not a conference, but I'm speaking at a place where therapists are going to come. They're going to listen to me, and then they're going to get continuing education credits for it. And so they've asked me to speak on pretty much anything that I want. And so what I'm going to do is I want to get a bunch of stories together about people who have been hurt by therapy, and I want to make an hour-long video about it, and I want to sit there and make them watch it. And I just want it to be 60 fucking clips of people just investing. Let me make a TikTok real quick, y'all. Let me make a TikTok real quick. Hey everybody, I hope y'all are doing well. Look, as a therapist, started over. Usually only takes one take. I need to figure out how am I gonna be. Give me just a second. I think it's for therapists only, but when it's uploaded, I will let you know because I'm gonna get a copy of it. Let me see. It's so hard to press this button. Hey everybody, my name is Derek Ford, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I've spoken a lot about life coaches and how dangerous they are, but make no mistake, there are therapists that do just as, if not a worse job as life coaches, and they don't get in trouble for various reasons. I've been asked to speak at a conference or a meeting of therapists. It's a place where therapists go to get their continuing education credits. And I'm just telling you, as someone who's gotten them before, I know that I have dozed off during those meetings. And so what I want to do is I want to give them an opportunity to see how it feels to be hurt and feel bad in therapy. I want them to see what it's like to go into a situation where you expect help and you don't get it. So please stitch this video and give me a 1-minute story about how therapy or how a therapist has been harmful towards you. I will stitch these videos together, and that's going to be my presentation. They're going to get their continuing education credits because they're going to have actual stories to listen to. Yeah, man, an hour is too long. I just need 1 minute. I just need 1 minute. That's it. I just need a minute. I'm not about to. I'm no disrespect. I'm not about to edit hours of video. I just don't want. I want to get your story down in there. Tell them, and you know what? It don't even have to be what you're mad about. I'm gonna reshoot this. It don't even have to be what you're mad about. It could just be anything that you want to tell a therapist. Anything that you want a therapist to know. Oh shit! This is gonna be the easiest money I've ever made in my life. I'm just gonna get people to tell everything they want their therapist to know, and it's gonna be. Let's go. Work smarter, not harder. And then at the end of it, I will come out and ask them if they have any questions about it. And then if they give me those answers, yes, absolutely. You can send it to, I will need to make a new email address for this. I'll need to make a new email address for this. The reason I want it through TikTok though, is because through TikTok, it is implied that this is public. There's a difference between that and sending it to me, right? So I really feel like TikTok would be a better avenue. However, if you don't have TikTok, that's fine. I'll talk about it because there's some this is gonna be the easiest money. It's so easy, it should be illegal. This is devilish. This is such a devilish idea. Things that your clients want you to know. And just a whole hour video, just 60 videos of things that your clients want you to know. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna make it. It usually only takes me 1 take, but I want to get this right. Hey everybody, it's Derek Ford, licensed marriage and family therapist. Look, I've been invited to speak at a conference where therapists are going to be getting CEUs. And if you know any of my content, a lot of those therapists there are going to be CBT therapists. And so most of the time at these events, therapists just turn off their camera. They don't even listen. They're going to get lunch and they're not even paying attention. And so just like they don't pay attention in CEUs, I know they don't pay attention in therapy with you sometimes. So what I'm going to do is instead of getting up there running my mouth and us just, I don't know, mentally masturbating with each other about how great we are as therapists, I want to make an hour-long video about things that clients want therapists to know. And don't shield yourself. Say what's on your mind. I want to know. Give them all of that smoke because I'm going to make them sit there for an hour and listen to the mistakes, listen to the things that they won't own up to, and they're going to get continuing education credits. So stitch me in this video Please tell me what therapists have done that has just hurt your feelings. Sweet. Done. 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 I get kind of confused because, like, do you think I'm not homeless because I have a car and a phone? No, I'm not saying I don't think you're not homeless. Our definitions of homeless are different, is what it is. I'm from Louisiana. I've seen people who don't have a car, who don't have a phone at all, who have nothing. So I'm not saying that you're not homeless. I'm just saying my definition from where I'm from and what I've seen, the black people that I've seen out on the street with nothing at all, they don't have anything to put themselves into. My definition of homeless is different. I always think of the worst possible case scenario when I think of something like that. And just growing up where I've grown, seeing the things that I've seen, the situations that people have been into, I feel like that wasn't the first thing that came to mind. So, I mean, and we can continue to talk about this if you like. You said you get kind of confused because, like, do you think I'm not homeless? Like, do you think I'm not homeless because I have a car and a phone? So let's talk about that a little bit more. And I want to know what you think about my explanation that I just gave. It's not about others having it worse. I'm saying that my definition of homeless does not include, okay, but great. Well, then I will take that L. I don't know whether you are or aren't because this is the internet, but you know what? It still wasn't a point. The reason I brought up that point was to talk about the differences in experience. However, when I hear you say, like, do you think, it's that like, because like, do you think? So I'm not saying it's that others have it worse. I'm saying my definition of homeless does not include having a car. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you got to be careful, Catherine, because what will happen is they see all of that passion, they see everything that you're writing, and they don't, yeah, they don't see someone telling them something. They see like someone being resistant to the idea. They are the expert. They are the person in the room. They are the one that knows, and how dare you not tell them stuff? So, who weren't diagnosable. Yeah, yeah. Well, what you did was you made your therapist accountable. Like if you were to take that list and take it somewhere and say, "Hey, look, this is how I'm feeling." So anyway, yeah, I would just be careful. I would just be careful with it. A lot of people out here having people that they should get careful with. Right. That's what I'm saying. So like I meant no disrespect. It's just sometimes people say that with an energy that is yeah, some people say it with a different sign of energy, and because we're not face to face with each other, or because I can't hear how you're saying it, I can't really tell. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, my definition is a lot different. What else is going on? Anybody else? No, I don't think we have any Twitch. Do we have Twitch people today, or we're all on YouTube? We got a couple of Twitch folks, but we got some YouTube people too. I'm gonna have to be careful because people gonna think I'm dragging them. I just have that in my voice because I know the type of person that I'm thinking of, and it's always the worst case scenario, and I got to be careful about that. I can't wait till I start actually talking back and forth with people, having people come up in the mornings. I'm gonna have to do that one day. Actually invite somebody to come and talk with me for 50 minutes for a little bit, see if we can't get some donations and such. I got someone who just subscribed. Who just subscribed? We got Julia. Thank you so much. Let me thank all my subscribers. That's the thing I could do. Thank you, Julia, Rita, McScurvy, Giselle, Maddie, Kristen, 14 minutes ago. Leah, Jessica, Chris. Thank you guys so much. It doesn't really matter to me. I watch on whatever. I stream on both of them on Twitch. I need to go fix my schedule. That's when I'm gonna play video games and stuff mostly, but it really doesn't matter. Speaking of playing video games, I got over a really big fear this week. I was so proud of myself. I used to want to be a psychologist until when I was in the ward at 13 and watched them send a 4-year-old mute girl that was sent up from the ER. Man, selective mutism. Anyway, people are not ready for that conversation. I wanted to be a cop. My bachelor's degree is in criminal justice. Until I realized how bad the system was. It was the Innocence Project, actually, is what let me know. I read all the stories about all the people wrongfully in prison, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way I can be a cop. Can't do that. Mm-mm. Cannot do that. But I got over a fear this week. I'm fairly decent at Mortal Kombat. I really am. But my biggest problem is the same problem I have in most other areas of my life with things. Is that I have an understanding of the concept, But having an understanding of the concept is not the same thing as doing the practice and going through the work. Okay, give me just a second. I have to mute. I have to monitor my chat, and I need to put words in it not to show up on my chat because I don't need that this morning. Let's see. How do I remove messages? Yeah, we need to watch our language on here because not everybody is not. And I'm gonna have to absolutely make a point to point out that because once it's on my chat, I can't get rid of it. That's very frustrating. Yeah, I'm gonna need a moderator because I can't have certain words in. Like people have to remember. As much as I'm so glad that this is a place where people feel comfortable talking, we have to understand that there are other people on here too, and some words can be triggering for others. And so, yeah, I'm gonna have to work through that, figure that out somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it just yet. Um, yeah, I gotta figure out how to handle this. What do you guys think I should do? Because I know that the type of people that I'm gonna attract to my channel are gonna have stories that they want to tell. At the same time, we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to make a boundary because everybody that comes in isn't ready for that all the time. Not that we don't need to talk about it, but there's a time and a place for everything. And so I don't know how to handle that. I have to think about it. I have to think about it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about that. And we talk about vaccination. What do you want to talk about it? More specifically. Let's get to specific questions. Oh, it's not about cussing. No. It's not about that. And that's cool that you don't care about cussing. It's just words. But 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 I know that you don't care about cursing, but there are some people who it really is triggering. It's super triggering, you know? It's super triggering. So, yes, as soon as it becomes available. It makes no sense. Like that's not like what's so amazing to me about conspiracy theorists is like, bro, if the rich people are getting the vaccines, if in Texas the people if in Texas where they set up this weird thing where like only people in affluent neighborhoods were getting the vaccine, if we're seeing doctors and stuff like hoard the vaccine for their friends and like giving it out to their friends when they can, bro, the vaccine ain't what you got to worry about. You got to worry about whether or not you're going to even have access to it. The people talking about I'm not going to get vaccinated, you probably not going to be in a position to even get to it because of the way that the world works. Yeah, no, it's not cuss words. It's just trigger words, trigger things that I don't want on the channel. Not right now. Yeah. But that's why I have control over it because I get to decide what we talk about. I'm gonna have to make rules for what things we can and can't discuss and what words I will and will not allow. Man, I need some help. I could probably do it right now. When I get to 1,000 viewers, I'm not gonna be able to do this all on my own. But yeah, especially if I'm gonna have the chat up for other people to see it. I can't have that. It can't have that this morning. Um, yeah. Anywho, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the vaccine. So yeah, that's just it's very interesting to me that people are saying they're not going to get it. The people who think in a way where I'm not going to get this vaccine, those folks are probably not going to be in a position well enough to even get it, um, because the rich folks are getting it first. Like absolutely, the rich people will get this first before anybody else does. I have an email. What? Yeah. Yeah, I heard that too about those doses, Catherine. That was very interesting to me. So what if we lied? Well, the reason that, I won't lie is because I like being able to sleep well at night. And I don't want to lie and take away a vaccine from some elderly person who needs it. Or I don't want to lie and I just don't want to lie on purpose. Like, I mean, I don't want to give myself generalized anxiety disorder again. Yeah, I don't want to give myself a mental illness because I lie. Because no one else might know, but for the rest of my life, I will have to know that I lied in order to get a vaccine. I lied. Man, I'd rather die from COVID, honestly. I'd rather die from COVID with a clean conscience, knowing that I didn't lie to get a vaccine, than to get a vaccine and hear about anybody else dying ever. If I got that vaccine through lying and I heard about somebody else dying, I would feel guilty all the time. And then imagine trying to talk to a therapist about that. Well, why do you feel guilty? Why do you feel bad? Well, I feel bad when someone dies from coronavirus. Well, you shouldn't feel guilty about that. Maybe you're just suffering from depression. Maybe you're right. Let's get me on some medication. When the truth of the matter is, months ago you lied about getting the COVID. You lied so you could get the vaccine, and now when people die, you feel bad about it. And no amount of medication, no amount of therapy. You just have to learn to forgive yourself, and that will be very hard because you will know that you did it on purpose. So I can't lie. No, I'd rather die. I'd rather die because I feel like lying. You would wish you were dead. But that's just me. That's just my own code of ethics. Everybody's morals and ethics are different, and that's okay. Some people are in a situation where lying might be morally the right thing to do, where lying might be the ethical thing to do. There are times where it's ethical to lie. If the Nazis came knocking on your door and said it's Anne Frank down there, that's ethical to lie. It's absolutely ethical to lie. So it's not black and white. It's just what are you okay with? And I know that I am not okay with it. So I don't want you to feel like I'm dragging it. Yeah. What city you in? I know in Louisiana, that's where I'm from. I know people are acting crazy about it. I really do. Also, guys, 5 minute warning. I'm gonna go at 7:45, and we'll be back next tomorrow morning. And I'm gonna I can't be this open ended with it. Next time we come tomorrow, I'm gonna have the topic that we're gonna discuss. Because if it's too open ended, what's up, coaching? It's just New York City, but a lot of places end up throwing up a lot of vaccines because at the end of the day, people don't show up for their spot since they're temps. That's insane, man. A lot of them are going to get wasted, just like the food that we waste on a daily basis. A lot of the vaccines are going to get wasted. That sucks. Yeah, some people are allergic to things. Yeah. Yeah, some people are allergic to stuff. Wow. I wonder, man, and see, that's again, I'm just gonna speak my fucking mind. I wonder if I don't know Oscar Rod coaching if what your ethnicity might be, but I wonder if they offer that to black clients, to black patients as well. I'm just wondering, and that's what I mean. It's gonna be little things like that to where minorities, poor people are not gonna have access to this vaccine. It's insane. It's gonna be people aren't gonna have access to the vaccine. Other people are, and other people are gonna be able to go back to work, and the people without the vaccine can't. And it's just gonna expose how our economic system is so absolutely incredibly broken. Absolutely incredibly broken. Yeah. 4 minute warning. Anything else somebody want to talk about? That was the vaccine. Tomorrow, I'm going to make sure that I decide what the topics are. And if people come in talking about things that are off topic, I'm going to kick them out. And we're going to have times and places to talk about certain things because I can see in the future what will happen. There's going to be a bunch of people in here who all want to talk about separate things. And it's going to turn into a nightmare. And I have to keep it very small. But that's why when my app comes out, I won't have to worry about this problem because I won't be streaming directly to Twitch or YouTube anymore. I'll be streaming directly to my app and talking to the people directly, and people can watch me as I have those conversations. But this is really good practice for how I'm going to have to handle that because, yeah, that's super sick. But yeah, I'm not going to be on YouTube very much after I get my app out. It's going to be directly to my situational practice app. Yeah, that's insane that people don't want it. The song I'm listening to is fire. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I'm at risk from my disease. I haven't left or seen anyone for almost a year. My mental health is not well, and there are so many openings. And when I call, they said people don't want it. Yeah. If you feel like, it's an interesting dilemma. That's a very interesting ethical dilemma. Because I know I've had to change my definition of a lot of things since the pandemic started. Um, Working out has had to be something different. Um, Things I do for my mental health, I had to do different things than what I was doing before. Yep, absolutely. See, and what's so frustrating about that is that I think that you know awareness of these issues, wow, because you brought it up, and I'm going to bring this down because again, this is the type of stuff that I don't want people just throwing out there because there are other people that come to this channel in different places. But what happens when you get to a point where you feel like you're better off in your life because you just don't know what to do? Like, you're not asking me a question here. This isn't a question. That's what's so frustrating about that stuff and being put on the spot. That's not a question. I truly don't understand what it's like to be in a situation where you feel like you don't know how to go. You know what? I do. I know what it's like to be in that situation. I was divorced in the city that the cost of living was the highest in the world 1 month after moving here. I believe we all get to a place at times where it's hard to go on. It's struggle to go on. But like, I hate it when people frame questions like that. And I mean no disrespect to you, but I'm just gonna speak my truth. I hate it when people frame questions like that. That really frustrates me so much because it puts me in a situation where I don't know. I'm not you. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens. I know that. No, no, no. Okay, I thought you knew of any resources or anything, to be honest. That's not the way you frame that question. It's not, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was. That's not the way that question was framed. You could have said, "Do you know of any resources or anything that I could have access to?" I feel like I've tried a lot of areas, but I don't know any resources. Do you know of any? What you said was, "What happens when you get to a point where you feel like you're better off ending your life?" No, 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 no. It's not that you don't know how to ask stuff correctly. I'm not going to let you take that away from this conversation. If you just asked it perfectly, the sentence before where you said, "I just thought you knew of any resources or anything." So when you say what happens when you get to a point, let me tell you how I feel about it because that's what this needs to be about. I need to start explaining and showing to people how to say how you feel about something, but I will dial back my energy by about 35%. So when you said, what happens when you get to a point where you feel like you're better off ending your life? To me, that triggered in me worry. That triggered in me concern. That triggered something in me that made me stop everything that I was doing and pay attention exactly to what it is you were saying. Now, that's the first thing that I got from that message was not, "I just thought you knew of any resources." That's not what I got from that. What I got, and I'm not mad, I'm just telling you the truth. What I got from that message was this person is about to hurt themselves if I don't give them the exact answer that they need right away. That is how that came off to me. I'm not trying to say you did it on purpose. I'm not trying to say that you meant to. I'm letting you know that what happened. So when you say that and then say, "I just thought you knew of any resources or anything," those two things don't go together. So if you truly don't know how to ask the question, I don't mind showing you. I don't mind helping you. In the future, if there's something like that you want to ask, just say, "Hey, I don't know any other resources. Do you know of any?" And I can say what resources for what specifically. And then you can tell me the specific sort of resources, the things that you are looking for. But I really, truly do believe that I just don't think everything has been tried, if I were going to be honest. The system has to change. I'm not trying to do anything weird. I'm just literally feeling Like no one is okay, so I think you're getting it. I see you getting it. I see you getting it down there. I see you getting it. Okay, I'm gonna dial it back. I see you getting it in the chat. I absolutely see you getting it. Yes. So I'm gonna wait because I think there's probably something that you want to say, and I'm gonna let you say it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go. But I think you're getting it. I absolutely think you're getting. I'm gonna wait a minute because I think you want to type something. Oh, you're welcome, Andrea. You're welcome. But I think there was something else. I'm gonna wait on wow. Wow though. I think there's something else. I don't know what it is, but the O with all the H's and stuff, I think that tells me that there's something that they might get now that they didn't get before. Sometimes we communicate in ways that we don't even realize, you know? And that's just because we grow up in situations where in order to get people's attention, we have to say things that will get their attention. And sometimes we have to lead with those things too. I'm gonna have to get a tagline like and put something up here like I am not angry, I just speak with a lot of conviction. Because I've not done so, but I can see how that comes off as angry to some people. Good morning, Thanagor, and good evening and goodbye. We're about to go. We missed it, dog. Right. Yes. 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 Wow. Yes. Yes. That's the problem. Yes. Good morning and goodbye. You missed the whole thing. Wow. Yes. Yes. And the fact of the matter is that it is the people around you. That is why your needs aren't being listened to. You have to find more and more ways to communicate it. We will continue to talk about this. I think you should start your TikTok though. I really do. I think you should start your TikTok. I know I said 7 to 7:50, and I gotta be true to the stuff that I say I'm gonna do. Or it might be this evening. I like to randomly get on sometimes too and not let people know about it. Wow, I'm so happy that you and I had that understanding and we came to that conclusion. Super, super glad. Super glad. Yes. I wish there was a way for me to communicate my needs to people around me and have them see what is really happening and how serious things actually are. And that is why people get diagnosed with borderline personality disorder.